Hey folks, I just wanted to take a minute to introduce you to our new product line of windows. And the idea is that you're not going to have to search for another window ever again. And these are going to look good and be consistent in all of your projects. So without further ado, let me just introduce you to those. The windows are for Revit 2020. So if you're using an older version, these are not going to work for you, unfortunately. And what we do is so I'm going to go through one style of windows. So we have three styles of these windows. So it's a whole library of windows, but they're in three different styles: traditional, modern, and craftsman. So you can pick the style that works best for you. Right now, I'm just going to go through the traditional style, and I can show you a little bit more about that later. So we have kind of what we're calling our standard windows. These are everything from, like if we zoom in here, you'll see we've got awning windows, hopper windows, casement windows, double casement, and then we've got multi-folding windows, both double and single. We've got a vertical multi-folding window. We use those a lot for pass-through from inside kitchens to like patios. And we have overhead rolling doors, and then we've got a couple of options for just openings in the walls, kind of window openings, both cased and non-cased versions of the window. We've got hung windows, we've got slider windows, triple slider windows. Pocket windows are, again, something that's usually hard to find on the internet. And then multi-sliding windows, again, also hard to find. Then we have a bunch of specialty shaped fixed windows. So these are all from here over to here, those are all fixed windows. And one of our biggest requests were some of these triangle and trapezoid shapes for cabins, or just pitched roofs in general for gable ends. So those are now all included with the library now. One caveat here is if you see some of them, they don't have mullions, it's because the mullions get crazy when you try to do these shapes and it breaks Revit. So one caveat with some of the specialty shapes is some of them do not have the same mullion options as the rest of the windows. But if you download these products, please check out our YouTube channel. I give you all the support you need to use all these windows, and I go over how to make custom mullions if you need them for a project. Also included are a couple different skylight options. And then we have a whole bunch of windows that we like to call our mold windows. So if you're familiar with the window industry, when you want to group a bunch of windows into one window unit assembly, I think they call them mold windows. So we've got a bunch of options there, and you can select the window and you can change each panel. So, if you just wanted these to have no mullions at the top, and then maybe these two end ones are a casement window, you can switch that out from a picture window to a casement window. If you wanted the middle to be a hung window, you can. So there's these pre-made mold windows, and then you can, inside of the family, customize what types of windows each one of those is. So you'll see a bunch of options for that. All right, beyond all of the different styles of mold windows, the last window style that comes in the library is a lot of those standard windows, but in a curtain wall family window. So you've got your awning, casement, double casement. A lot of those that I just showed you can be put into a curtain wall. And the reason I include this is, as much as every time I release a new line, I think I've thought of everything, and I quickly find from user feedback that there's some specific case scenario that I haven't thought of where they need this customize something. And I want to leave you guys, when you buy a library, I want you to be confident that you'll have everything you need. So to cover all those case scenarios that I probably am not thinking about, where you're going to need a custom window, you have these curtain wall windows. And that is so that inside of a project, so this is a curtain wall, and I've put in all of these different windows in order to create a custom window. So say this was in a stairwell on a large mansion. There's not a 3-column, 4-row mold window inside of the library already pre-made. So you have the ability, using the curtain wall features of a Revit project, to create your own custom window. And it will tag right, it will schedule right, but you'll need to know a little about curtain walls. So again, when you download our stuff, there's support online. You can watch the YouTube videos. I go over exactly how to create a completely custom window using curtain walls. And so if all else fails and there's something you need that's not covered here, there's this backup which should help you be able to accomplish the same thing, but with curtain walls. And so that's our quick tour. I can show you real quickly. So these are all the traditional windows. Each library comes with 78 different window families. So it's quite a few window families. And then they come in the 3 styles like I mentioned. So this is colonial. It has the colonial mullions, and all of these, no matter what style you buy, you have the ability to turn mullions off. So if you just want a picture window, all of the window, it doesn't matter which style you buy, you can do picture windows. And then there's the craftsman, which has like a typical craftsman style mullion. And then it comes with trim that are, generally near the, adjacent, or either craftsman style exactly, or other options that are adjacent to craftsman. And then you'll have modern windows, which also have modern mullion options and modern trim options. And if you just take a look at all of the listings of each style, it'll tell you exactly what families are nested. So for example, here is our modern style. And if you go look at the listing, you'll see the nested families that come with that. So you'll see what mullion options come with the modern. So in the modern style, you'll get it also comes with colonial mullions, prairie mullions, and then horizontal and vertical mullions. And then it comes with these handful of trim options, and it shows you the profile of the trim. That is the base. That's the quick overview of these families. Our goal is to enable you to have everything you need so that you never have to search for a window again.